So what's on your mind right now?
These transhumanists.
Who are they?
Oh, just like the Democrats.
Alright, sync the audio. Should be good. So this video is going to be a little different. I'm really fired up today, so I'm excited to make this video. I'm going to start it off with a story. So a little while ago, I was scrolling through Instagram, and I came across this account that was trying to sell their NFT artwork. And I don't like NFTs. I think they're bad for the environment. That's my stance on non-fungible tokens. But that's not what this video is about. In the comments section, there was one comment. I opened it up to see if anybody was like, NFTs bad, but there was one person there. And the comment read, Earth is not a spinning globe. That piqued my interest. The comment was from an account called Super Duper Mart, a reference to the Superstore from the Fallout series, if you've ever played a Fallout game. It seems pretty harmless in the beginning, but then you open up their account, and it's not... Things get a little wacky. So as you can probably see when you're scrolling through, these guys are blatant flat earthers. Like, extremely so. Mixed in with some photos of their dogs, which I think is pretty funny. I want to go through and dissect a few of the points that they make, just so we can poke fun at some people who are not very bright. So this is a picture of Joe Biden with two masks on. One, it looks like an N95 mask underneath a blue surgical mask. And one of the comments just says, so? And Super Duper Mart replies, so what? And the guy says, why can't he wear two masks? He can. So then what? Oh, the caption for this photo is, two masks! And then a bunch of emojis. But like, if he can wear two masks, then what's the problem? You might notice that this is from October 13th, 2020. He's still active. This guy is still active. He responded to my comment about 5 minutes after I posted it, which is pretty funny. So I'm going to keep going through. As you'll notice, there's a string here of these three that have been blocked by fact checkers because they're wrong. So let's see the post. The CDC quietly updated the COVID numbers to admit that 6% of all of the deaths have died. This is sourced from Trump retweeting the claim that the CDC cut COVID-19 death toll by 94%. And if you're wondering who AFP is, I was interested in figuring out who was actually doing the fact checking, just to make sure that everybody is, all on the same page. And I want to give these guys the benefit of the doubt. What if some malicious entity is, fact-checking this is from... Never mind, these guys have been doing this for almost 2 centuries. AFP is a company that operates under French law and has been basically hired to do a lot of this fact-checking stuff so that misinformation on sites like Instagram can be scanned and blocked as soon as it's posted, not to hinder freedom of speech, but to instead protect the general public from, killing themselves by accident. So now there's this one post about Lake Michigan that I think is really interesting. This takes a break from the COVID stuff and goes right into flat Earth. So at this distance, Chicago should be 1060 feet below the horizon. And as you can probably see, if you're not a dumbass, you can see that some of the buildings actually are sinking behind the horizon there. And our YouTuber I really like, Folding Ideas, Dan Olsen, is a video essayist. He made a really good video about flat earthers, and he also made a really good study about lakes and how certain things fall behind the horizon. I'll leave a link to that study in the description. The downside to that, however, is that flat earthers will not accept that. A lot of the comments on this, if you look, are talking about it being a mirage, like in the desert. Like when you see an oasis in the desert. I don't know. I'm going to keep going. So the second most recent post is about something called Koch's Postulates. Now, this is a real thing. This isn't some flat earther nonsense that was like made up to debunk COVID-19. And the claim that Super Duper Mart makes is true. COVID-19 does fail Koch's postulates, but there's a catch. Koch's postulates were published in 1890 after being written 6 years earlier. The first claim, which states that a specific organism can always be found in association with a given disease, I'm not even going to get into that. Koch's postulates were formulated by Robert Koch and Friedrich Loeffler in 1884. They were published 6 years later in 1890. Viruses were not discovered yet. The first virus would be discovered 2 years after Koch's postulates were published to the world, meaning that by the time that viruses had been found, 2 years after the publishing of these things, these were already irrelevant. So Koch's postulates don't just not account for COVID, they also were written before viruses were known to exist in nature. So it's incredible that these studies from more than 100 years ago are still being used to disprove the fact that COVID exists. That's crazy. It's one Google search away. So I'm going to keep scrolling down because some of this is really interesting. This one is called Beyond the Ice Wall. This was my favorite part of this project. I was blown away by this image because it looks like something out of a fantasy novel. We have the Neptunian Sea. We have the Solitaire Ocean, which does not exist. We have Thoth. Thoth is my favorite. Thoth is often called Thoth the Moving Island. This is hilarious. We have Pitacia, Sagittarium, Ya and Ya. We have Set and Anubis. Are these supposed to be suns? Sol, Set, and Anubis. Gemina, Gemina Ra, Gemina Set. We have Bawabat Ra, Summergate. I don't know what any of this means. It also is just made up. None of these are real places. So I want to draw attention to the person who actually created this map, this world beyond the ice wall. The image was originally posted by Ohawewe on DeviantArt. The newest version is almost 20 days old. It was posted on April 5th, 2021. And I think the best part of this is the first line in the description is, first off, I'm not a flat earther. That's awesome. I brought it up to the Instagram account, actually. I responded to this post because I think it's the funniest one. The creator of the map outright denounced it as fake, and the next comment that I left was, the dude isn't even a flat earther. And the response I got was, you're so triggered. I responded with, look it up, homeboy. I'm trying to help you. And the guy responded with, transphobia, trigger warning for anybody watching at home. XX equal forever female. What does that even mean? So my assumption is this guy went to my profile, saw my pronouns in the third line of my bio, and deducted that because I have pronouns in my bio, I'm transgender. I'm not transgender. Moving on. We got some stuff about compasses. You'd have to cut through the earth to point to the magnetic north. People don't understand how magnets work. That's fine. I don't really understand how magnets work either. We got a lot of pictures of dogs. We have a lot of pictures of maps. Oh, this one has heaven in it. Some of these just look like really ugly baby pictures. Like, when you get that thing on your womb. I don't know. What is it called when you see the baby x-ray?
Ultrasound.
Oh, it's an
Ultrasound.
ultrasound. That's what it is. It's an ultrasound. So yeah, as the further back you go, there are just a lot of flat Earth maps. This one's straight up. I don't think this is flat Earth. I don't think that this indicates that the Earth is flat. When you fold the corners together, it makes a sphere. I just think it's funny that the idea of a flat Earth was sort of popular a really long time ago, and then it was debunked a really long time ago as well. This isn't a new thing. I'm not sitting here making fun of somebody on Instagram to preach about the Earth being round. I just think that it's really funny that some people will do insane mental gymnastics to prove something that isn't true, and in any regard. There's a lot of religious ties to flat Earth as well, which I'm not going to get into. I don't want to talk about religion on this channel. I just think that flat Earth is funny. I think the arguments that flat earthers make are funny, and I'll link some videos down below that talk about flat Earth that are really interesting and give a great insight into the world of flat earthers. Thanks for watching this video. I have some other videos lined up that I want to do. This one was just sort of chill and laid back, but I do want to make some more serious videos in the future. Thanks for watching. Be safe. Wear a mask. Get vaccinated if you can. If that's available to you now, go get vaxxed. It's good. Just don't get the Johnson & Johnson. All right. Thanks for watching. Bye.
Who do you think is spearheading the end of democracy?
Oh, there's no question. Well, I mean, democracy in the American dream. I'm talking about, like, you know, free speech and like all the things that we know, or like, you know, free, you know, like